Getting ready for your wedding is, well, one of the most exciting times of your life, right? But let's be real. Between all the planning and the pressure, it is so easy to feel completely overwhelmed. So in this explainer, we're going to map out a super clear path to help you manage that stress and really truly glow on your big day. You know, this quote from DWP Insider just hits the nail on the head. That word, whirlwind, man, that really captures it, doesn't it? It's this crazy mix of pure joy and a to-do list that just seems to get longer and longer. So our goal here is to take all that pressure and channel it into a simple, step-by-step plan so you can focus on what actually matters, feeling absolutely amazing. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to tackle that pre-wedding pressure head-on. Then we'll dive right into a 3-month timeline to build that incredible glow from the inside out, and we'll wrap it all up by looking at how you can keep that radiance and your sanity going long after you've said I do. All right, let's get this countdown started. We're beginning 3 months out, laying a really solid foundation. Then we're going to build up that momentum as we enhance, polish, and finally perfect everything for the main event. Trust me, each stage has a very specific job to do. So before we jump into all the how-tos, we got to talk about the why. A pre-wedding wellness plan isn't just about looking good in photos. It's about really understanding that how you feel on the inside has a direct impact on how you look and feel on the outside, especially when you're under all that pressure. I mean, think about it. Your skin is usually the first place that wedding stress decides to show up. Those stress hormones can trigger breakouts, and all those sleepless nights? Hello, dark circles. A plan gives you structure. It helps you avoid those panicked, last-minute experiments that can go so wrong. And that is the biggest takeaways here. This is not about chasing some impossible idea of perfection. It's about smart, thoughtful preparation. All right, we're at the 3-month mark. This is the sweet spot. Now, you might be asking, why so early? Well, because real lasting changes, whether we're talking about your diet or a new skincare routine, they need time to actually work and show visible results. You're giving your body a real chance to soak up all the benefits. And I love this slide because it shows the two-sided approach you absolutely have to take. You can't just do one or the other. On one side, you're nourishing from within. You know, vitamin C to boost collagen, omega-3s to fight off inflammation, and on the other, you're caring from the outside, talking to a pro, locking in a solid home routine, and getting that first facial on the calendar. Now, a huge piece of that inside work is getting a handle on the stress. This is the perfect time to start some kind of mindfulness practice. And it doesn't have to be complicated. We're talking 5 minutes of meditation, a few deep breaths when you're feeling overwhelmed, or even just a simple yoga pose like child's pose. This stuff helps calm your nervous system, which in turn helps calm your skin. All right, let's fast forward. We're at the 30-day countdown. We've built that foundation, and now it is time to polish. This is where all that groundwork from the last 2 months really starts to pay off, and you begin to see that shine. This 30-day challenge is such a brilliant way to structure this final month. I love how it gradually ramps things up. You start with your solid, consistent routine. Then in week 3, you add in things like a toner and a mask. And by that final week, it's all about maintenance and protection. This kind of careful progression is just key to getting that glow without any last-minute drama or irritation. In this month, the focus gets a little bigger than just your face. It's time for those key appointments, like a makeup trial on your beautifully prepped skin. It's also the perfect time for things like body polishing, hair treatments, getting really serious about your sleep, and watching out for foods that might cause bloating. And the number one rule, I can't say this enough, never ever skip the sunscreen. We are in the home stretch, the final week. The goal here is so simple. Protect the glow you've worked so hard for and keep your mind at ease. This week is all about precision and peace. Okay, the most important thing to remember this week is that it's less about doing more and more about not doing too much. Seriously, that final facial, get it done 5 or 6 days out, not the day before. Don't even think about trying new products. And maybe most importantly, start delegating those last-minute tasks. Your only job now is to hydrate, rest, and stay as calm as possible. Okay, after months of careful planning, of preparation, we're here. We've arrived at the big day. And believe it or not, the single most important tip at this point has absolutely nothing to do with skincare or your diet. And this quote, it just says it all. All of this preparation, all the planning, it's all designed to get you to this very moment, a place where you can just let go and be completely present. The whole point is to celebrate your love, your commitment. That is the real source of the glow. So, as we get to the end here, I want us to shift our perspective for just a moment. This whole journey, it doesn't have to just stop when the wedding is over. In fact, it can be the beginning of something even better. You know, the process of getting ready for your wedding is actually this incredibly powerful opportunity. You've just spent months building amazing new habits. You're eating mindfully, you're taking care of your skin consistently, you're managing your stress. These aren't just bridal prep tools. These are the building blocks for long-term health and well-being. So, as we close out this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Of all these new, healthy routines you've built for yourself, which ones will you carry forward into your new life? Because that is how you make the glow last.